everybody. Hey, everyone. So, this is a trait that this is a topic that I'm gonna be talking about anti-hero like traits and all that stuff, and how most people should acknowledge it. So, so first off, as some people pretty much know, I tend to show more anti-heroic traits than do-gooder traits. Like some people like on the streets, there's people who think oh, this guy is pretty cool. If I have a Mario Kart shirt, or have a Batman shirt or some type of badass franchise, or all that open-minded open-minded traits that I show and all that stuff. Some people were like, "Oh, this dude's really cool. Maybe if we befriend him and all that stuff, maybe he'll get to know us and all that stuff." But honestly, that's not the case, because for one, I'm an anti-hero. I There's gonna be a slimmer chance that I would just befriend someone. So, and even if there was a group setting of several people, wherever I'm at, I'm not gonna always like someone. Like, not that I would put them down or everything, because I don't like. For me personally, there are people that I've in group settings, and I'll admit I have not necessarily shown dislike, but I don't show a lot of like pleasant traits. Like if they say something and I don't take it too empathetic. And I'm not saying that I hate everyone or put everyone down, but there are certain traits that people will say and I wouldn't take it well. Like example, I was in a group setting like maybe a while ago. There were several people in the group that were pretty chill, and there was this one dude who was a total nerd. He's made a lot of topics that I wasn't really too pleased about, and then he took too long in several places. Like when we went out, he took too long to do this and that. So honestly, I didn't really like him in that way. Not to the point like where I will like talk shit and say like this dude's odd or dude's strange and all that stuff. The only reason why I was civil is because I just met him for the first time, and he seemed pretty nice, but I don't really see him as a close friend. So that's one thing that I show. Like I don't show a lot of like friendly things, not because I don't like someone in that way. I am the type of person that like you'd have to really get to know me. And if I don't really like some people, don't take it too personal. Like I'm sorry that you feel like that I'm like quote narrow-minded and all that stuff. But if I don't like you, don't take sorry. It's like people think that like people think that like if I don't like someone, they think that I'm just an automatic. They think I'm just an automatic evildoer. And I'm like, that's not the case. Like, there are people that I admit that I don't like, but I don't wish a lot of horrible things for them. Because there's people who I helped that I don't even like. But it's only to do that for me to at least show some humanity in me. So and people take the anti-heroic things too personal. Since that, because and as I mentioned in the past, I don't like law enforcement. I don't like hospitals, like medical, like first callers and all that stuff. Like I don't like those people. Like not to the point like where I wish them terrible things. Unless they do something to me, but for me personally, I might not like them, but I don't wish anything too terrible for them. It's just they don't want to get into that to that side, that anti-heroic side of me. So if we mind our own business, we don't have issues. So that's one thing that I'm like, I don't appreciate, like, I think people should acknowledge that, like, you don't have, for me personally, I would only justify a few stuff that happens. Like, example, like, if child pedophilia was, like, if there was pedophilia going on in the streets, like, and I'll admit I'm an anti-hero, I'm an anti-pedophile activist. I do not tolerate pedophiles, and if I caught someone trying to do something to children, they're probably gonna get beat up. The pedophile, and I'll admit I can be really brutal and stuff like that, but it's justified, and people are like, and it's trying to save the kid from getting any harm, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really, for me personally, I don't beat up and take them to jail. I only beat them up because it's the right thing for a child to know that this person will no longer be a harm, and child molesters should be lucky that I don't report them to the police and just put them in a place where no one will ever find them again. So, or at least know that they, or at least put like a little sticker that they're child molesters and all that stuff, like stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't do it because like, that's probably the type of people that I don't really feel sorry for, but it's justified, and I'm not saying you don't have to like me, you don't have to be my friend. Like, honestly, I couldn't care less if someone doesn't want to be my friend because of the way I view anti-heroic things, like like where I believe in beating up a bully, or or destroying a child molester, and while I slightly can't blame them, they do have to realize that there are people who have PTSD, and people don't take the PTSD too well. So, and I'll admit I have PTSD, but I'll talk about those further details another time. But it's very traumatizing to watch someone who went through things that I did as a younger person, and I'll admit it can bring back a few memories, but at the same time, I take action to defend someone who's going through the same shit that I went through. So it's something that people should acknowledge, and people don't do that in society today, and it's really sad because they think like cops are the heroes. Like, cops are not always the heroes, because some of them act, and I know, not personally, but there are cops out there that will kill someone and justify something that they did wrong. Like, example, like I mentioned George Floyd, like where he was arrested for I think some money fraud and all that stuff, and to die over it, that's more of an evildoer than anti-heroic. Because like, and I'll admit, some people get arrested, people do stupid shit all the time, but killing them over it is it's sad. And like, for me personally, I think what the dude, I feel like he should have just arrested him and just call it a day. And because he killed them, that's a big deal. And I don't take murder over some crimes, like over some crime offenses that are that aren't just too much of a big deal, and it's really sad, and I'm sorry, but I can't respect officers who think that way, and I'm gonna be honest, they can dislike me all they want, and doesn't affect me, and I don't like them either, like, me personally. But there were a few times where I will team up with a cop if there's something that's worse between me and if there's something worse that's beefing with us and the cops. That's probably like the only time I'll probably team up. But then after that, we're royal enemies. We're moral enemies. how I am. Like I can team up with an enemy to take down someone who is worse, and then once we take down someone who's worse, we're back to enemies again. So I just wish people could acknowledge this thing and not take it too personal, thinking that I'm a bad person, which is really not the fucking case. We as anti-heroes, we just don't want people to go through what we did. So, and we have flaws just like people. Heroes, villains, anti-heroes, all of us have our flaws, and we're trying to redeem it from them. So I definitely don't think it's okay to belittle anti-heroes. I mean, you can belittle them all you want, but it just makes you look like a stupid person. So at least acknowledge that, you know, they do stuff for the better, probably even more than the superheroes. Well, there's no superheroes in real life, but you know, there's like they do more better things than cops would. And for the record, and if the cops try to you know, if the cops try to suspect that you did something, just invoke your Fifth Amendment, and then, you know, just call it a day. If they keep doing it, invoke the Fifth Amendment. So and I hope this is useful, because there's people who get convicted for the wrong things that they didn't really have any idea about. So, and I hope you take this advice from me. So, but anyways, I hope this video is useful for at least some people, and, you know, I have some humanity and all that stuff. So, all right, take it easy, everyone, and I'll talk to you in another vlog. Bye bye.